today's video, the one nutrient that actually saves kidneys. Yes, there is one nutrient that everyone needs to eat more of. And hint, it's not protein. Catherine here, I'm a doctor of natural medicine, and today we're going to talk about the cornerstone of kidney healing. Yes, I'm talking about the renal diet, that magical plan where you swap out the steaks, sodas, and junk food for stuff that actually helps your kidneys. You know, things that grow on trees. And I know, starting a renal diet can feel like being dropped into the middle of a maze with no map. But here's the thing. When you stop stressing about all the little details and instead focus on what really matters, it gets a whole lot easier. So let's do exactly that. I will show you the one nutrient that makes the biggest difference, the nutrient that, according to science, every single CKD patient needs to double down on. So here's the question. What is the most kidney protecting nutrient in a renal diet? Is it protein? Spoiler alert. Nope. Well, you probably already know it is not protein. I mean, that was in the title of the video after all. And don't get me wrong, it's not that your body doesn't need protein. Of course it does. But the truth is, 999 out of 1,000 CKD patients are already getting too much protein. So yeah, protein is important because it's important to avoid it. What? So, what is the nutrient you actually need more of? Well, I'm not going to just tell you. I want you to spot it for yourself. Let's look at some real comments from people who improve their kidney health. Pay attention. There is a pattern. See if you can catch the one nutrient they all have in common. There is one nutrient that all these people have been eating tons of in order to improve. Let's see if you can spot it. Write it down in the comment section if you know the answer. First comment, this one is from Cecilia Rodriguez. She says, my GFR went from 20 to 40 in 8 months. I totally avoided animal and I'm eating okra, bitter gourd, celery, garlic, fresh lemon, and eat oatmeal. Wow, what an incredible turnaround, Cecilia. From stage 4 to borderline stage 2 in 8 months. That's the power of smart choices. So, she is eating okra, bitter gourd, celery, garlic, fresh lemon, and oatmeal. What do all these have in common? Let's see what our next patient says. This one's from William, someone I personally worked with. Let's see what foods I recommended him. My eGFR was 54. Now my eGFR is 98. I eat blueberries and watermelon daily. I mix in strawberries. I also eat 1 to 2 lemons daily, blackberries, cherries, pineapple, red cabbage, red onions. So William had an amazing improvement and he is eating watermelon, strawberries, lemon, blackberries, cherries, pineapple, red cabbage, red onions. Guys, what's the link between all these foods you see on screen? Maybe a vitamin or an antioxidant. Which nutrient could it be that is making a difference for these people? Well, let's read another comment. Maybe it will make things clearer. This one is from a viewer called Great Life. My sister was diagnosed with stage 3A. She then changed her diet. No alcohol, no more sugary food, but more vegetables. Okay, let's add vegetables in general to the list. Are you starting to see it? We've now got a list that includes okra, bitter gourd, celery, garlic, lemons, oatmeal, blueberries, watermelon, strawberries, cabbage, onions, and vegetables in general. Now, these are clearly true kidney-saving foods, but what's the magic nutrient that ties all of these powerhouse foods together? Go ahead, post the video and drop your answer in the comments. Got it? Alright, Ready for the answer? Well guys, there is only one nutrient that's present in large amounts in all these foods. It's dietary fiber. Yes, we have a winner. The nutrient everyone should be eating more of if they want their kidney function to improve is dietary fiber, which is also the most gloriously underrated, tragically ignored, bowel-blessing nutrient on the planet, and the only nutrient that can directly protect kidney function. No other nutrient can bind to uremic toxins in the intestine and get rid of them. Science actually confirms what your grandma always knew: eat your veggies or deal with the consequences. And guys, here's the thing. There is a strong inverse correlation between the amount of fiber you consume and how fast your kidney function decline is. In fact, researchers believe that increasing fiber may even improve kidney function. Yes, fiber might just be the only thing in life that does what it promises. But how does it work, you ask? Simple. Fiber keeps your gut happy, your inflammation low, and your uremic toxins in check, says a review on the Clinical Kidney Journal. And honestly, who are we to argue with people who name their entire publication after the kidney? Researchers from that kidney journal also tells us that you are probably not eating enough fiber right now. Almost no one is. Not you, not me, not that one guy on Instagram who posts quinoa every day. And you know why? Well, in the case of kidney patients, mostly because of outdated dietary advice and because we need to limit potassium intake. Now guys, I hope I made my point clear. What most recent scientific research tells us is that in order to improve your kidney function, you need to strongly decrease your consumption of protein and strongly increase your consumption of dietary fiber. Of course, without turning your blood into a potassium smoothie. And hey, if you think this info is useful, maybe share this video with someone who still thinks fries count as vegetables. Don't keep all this wisdom to yourself like it's your Netflix password. Well, that said, I'm done here. I can go home early today. Wait, you also want to know what foods have lots of fiber in them and as little potassium as possible? And maybe you want some tips about foods that are not just rich in fiber, but that contain fiber with the most powerful kidney protecting benefits? Well, I guess we could do exactly that, starting from the foods that have the best fiber to potassium ratio. And by the way, don't miss the final part of the video because there is a new fiber supplement that, according to research, is even more powerful than acacia fiber. Don't miss it. But first, let's focus on the foods. Okay guys, in my table right here, you should be able to see some of the best kidney-friendly, low-potassium, high-fiber foods. These foods are ideal for the renal diet of everyone. Literally, any kidney disease patient should be able to eat any of these foods. I mean, low protein, low potassium, high fiber. What more could you want from a food? So if you already took a screenshot of my table, well, let's take a look at the foods. Actually, some of these foods also come with specific recommendations to make them even healthier. For example, popcorn. Many consider popcorn just another junk food. In reality, however, popcorn is an intact whole grain, which means that the bran, the germ, and the endosperm are all intact within the kernel. This makes them high in fiber, particularly insoluble, which is like a cleanup substance for your digestive tract. However, all the health benefits of this whole grain immediately disappear if you add butter, salt, caramel, or if you buy packaged popcorn or microwave popcorn. Just buy regular kernels and air pop them. Then add some cinnamon, pepper, or cayenne instead of salt. A super healthy snack. Now, in my table, you will also see raspberries, cranberries, blueberries. Most berries actually are low in potassium and super high in fiber. That's why they are always recommended for CKD patients. As an added bonus, they also pack large amounts of antioxidants, which is probably the most powerful micronutrient when it comes to protecting the kidneys. Now, in my table, you can also see a note for cranberries. While cranberries don't taste as good as most other berries, they have a significant health benefit. They protect from urinary tract infections. This is a common, painful issue, and yes, this food can really make a difference. Now guys, of course, there are plenty of other foods you can and should be adding to your daily meal prep. Cabbage, cauliflower, zucchini, lettuce, apples, pears, and the list goes on. They're the superstars of the renal diet, low in potassium, high in fiber, and incredibly nutrient dense. You can eat this every single day, even if your potassium levels are a concern. But here's where things get interesting. If you pick at the notes section of my food table, yes, I'm that kind of person who puts notes in a food chart, you'll see some specific cooking tips to reduce potassium even further. For example, want to lower potassium in the apples? Remove the peel. Want to get the most out of cauliflower? Boil it to leach potassium. These tips are gold. They let you get a lot of fiber with far less potassium. But if you've been following me here for a while, you might remember that I also recommend the opposite sometimes. Keep the peel. Don't overboil the veggies because that's how you preserve the good stuff, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, all those protective compounds that your kidneys desperately need. And even if this means taking in a bit more potassium, well, sometimes it's worth it. So, what should you do? Should you keep the peel? Should you toss it? Should you boil the veggies into mush? Or maybe should you throw out the veggies and boil the peel instead? Just kidding, don't do that. Here's the real answer. It depends. For some patients, maximizing fiber and antioxidants, yes, including from the peel, is essential. For others, it's all about reducing every last milligram of potassium, which means peeling, boiling, and playing it safe. And what makes the difference? Several factors, including the stage of kidney disease you are in, the medications you are taking, your serum bicarbonate, and of course, your serum potassium levels. In fact, diet alone is rarely the only reason for high potassium levels. The real culprits: medications, uncontrolled diabetes, too low serum bicarbonate, and even constipation might be the primary cause for this issue. So please don't gamble with your kidney health based on internet guesses. Instead, get a real plan made just for you. Now, is following the right renal diet really that important, you ask? Actually, it's even more important than most people realize because your diet is not just a support tool. It's the foundation of your entire treatment. And for many patients, it's the difference between watching your GFR climb or watching it crash every time you get new lab results. Those amazing improvements I shared earlier, they weren't luck. They were the result of personalized care, commitment, and the right diet.
I want to thank Miss Catherine. Because of you, you saved my kidneys. Over here in America, a lot of doctors just don't care about their patients. And I'm going to give you a list of things I did that took my kidneys from 54 to 98.
So, if you're ready to stop second-guessing your meals and finally get the clarity and direction you deserve, I offer one-on-one consultations fully personalized and designed with you at the center. My offer includes a tailored renal diet which is based on your labs, your symptoms, and your stage of CKD. This is a science-backed approach that actually proved to be working with real patients, just like the ones whose stories you've heard today. So, if you're serious about protecting your kidney function or even improving it, send me an email at catherine@newhopeforkidneypatients.com or just click the link in the description. Spots are limited and I can't guarantee I'll be able to take on new patients for long, so don't wait too long. Your kidneys are worth it, and so are you. Now guys, let's talk about what's maybe the food with the absolute highest fiber content per bite you can find. Yeah, the king of low potassium fiber. Which one is it? Well, if we take a look at my table again, there is one clear winner here. Yeah, surprisingly enough, it's not kale, it's not lentils, it's not some magical Himalayan root you can only find once every solar eclipse. It's a ultra-processed packaged breakfast cereal I'm talking about.
What?
The shredded wheat big biscuit. Yep, the most unsexy sounding food in existence. It sounds like something your great aunt Ethel eats while judging your life choices. But guess what? It packs fiber like your grandma packs guilt into every family dinner. Yeah, this bad boy is made from one ingredient, whole wheat. That's it. No sugar, no preservatives, no carton tiger on the box trying to gaslight you into thinking it's part of a healthy breakfast. Just a biscuit made from whole wheat that is cooked, shredded, and formed into the pillow-like shape you see. And yeah, that's why it's so rich in fiber, because it's a whole grain. It's basically the Chuck Norris of cereals. And yeah, I get it. Doesn't look nearly as tasty as a freshly made oatmeal bowl. But you see, this biscuit is sugar-free, low in potassium, and actually full of fiber and nutrients. It's pretty healthy for a packaged food, but I'm not saying you have to eat it every day, just that it's always good to have options. Now, we have seen several amazing high-fiber foods, but every time I talk about fiber, there is always one question in the back of everyone's mind. Should we also take a fiber supplement? Because, researchers say we don't get enough fiber even when we try. And, well, supplements are made exactly to address this kind of issues. So, here's some good news. Fiber supplements are amazing for the kidneys. They are strongly backed by science as a way to help kidney function. Fiber is fiber, alright? And with a supplement, you can even choose which type of fiber to get. Speaking of which, you guys probably already know that the most recommended fiber supplements for kidney health are psyllium husk and acacia fiber. However, there is a fiber supplement that's been studied right now as a way not just to protect the kidneys and improve gut health, but also as a way to contrast mineral and bone disorder in CKD, which is incredible. How can a fiber supplement even help at all with bone problems caused by CKD, you ask? Well, because it can decrease the amount of phosphorus you absorb from foods, among other renal toxins. And that will be amazing. It will make this supplement even better than acacia fiber for CKD patients. So, what supplement am I talking about, and does it really work? Well, this incredible supplement is called inulin. Ever heard of it? You probably should, because if you take a probiotic, you are probably already taking inulin as well. Yes, the reason why inulin can help so much is because it's unbeatable when it comes to nourishing the healthy bacteria in your gut. However, is it really going to make a difference with your kidney health, or should you stick with a more well-known choice such as acacia fiber or psyllium husk? Only one way to answer this question. Let's make a comparison. So which one to choose? Well, let's take a look at my table, shall we? Here, you will be able to see the pros and cons of the most studied fiber supplements compared to inulin. Now, I've also included psyllium husk because it's something I recommend often. Why? Because psyllium husk comes with a benefits list longer than the side effects warning on your blood pressure meds. Yeah, it's that good. It can make a difference with cholesterol, with diabetes, with weight loss, with gut health, and more. Now, acacia fiber is also amazing because even if it doesn't have all the benefits of psyllium husk, it's much safer in the advanced stages of CKD. In fact, while in order to take psyllium, you need to drink a lot of extra water, acacia can be taken with just enough water to gulp it down. And you will still get huge kidney protecting benefits. And last but not least, inulin. As I was saying, it's the most powerful supplement when it comes to nourish your good gut bacteria. And that will make it the most powerful fiber supplement of them all, right? Even more powerful than acacia fiber. Amazing. Now, a quick disclaimer if you are thinking to use inulin to reduce your phosphorus levels. The big bone and kidney study on inulin, yeah, it was on rats, alright? So unless you're a very literate rodent, we're not 100% sure if inulin beats acacia yet. But it shows promise and I'm watching it like a hawk because actually even if we still don't know if inulin is better than acacia, this is an extremely safe and commonly taken supplement today and it could make a difference. So take a screenshot of this table on screen right now. All the doses are there, tips to take, the supplements and everything. Think of it as your cheat sheet to smarter kidneys. And remember, picking the right fiber supplement isn't just a dietary choice. It's a full-on power move against kidney decline. Yeah, finding the right fiber supplement is an important decision. So if you're not sure, ask your doctor or better yet, send me an email. Now guys, one question I always get when I talk about stuff here is, what if I have diabetes? Aren't all these super healthy foods bad for me since they have carbs? Shouldn't I eat more protein instead? Well, I recently made a video to answer exactly this question, among others. It's up here if you missed it. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye-bye!